All right, what's up, y'all? AWB, I'm back at it. Uh, I'm getting ready to get started with the Lane Myers trial. Let me give me 1 second. I'm gonna adjust this real quick. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. See if a couple people drop in here. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and still get started. So I don't know if y'all know what's going on with Lane Myers right now, but he's constantly going to court and everything for what I one of the reasons is because of the situation uh, at that campground that he had, which was crazy to me. I couldn't believe that he was. Uh, so Doug Downey, the campground host, to me, he was just a janitor. Uh, he tried to he asked Lane to move, and Lane said his girlfriend was on a run or something, and or his girlfriend or his wife, I'm not sure. Uh, he said she was on a run, and he was gonna move as soon as she got back. And Doug apparently didn't like that, so he ended up calling the police, and he ended up lying to police just because uh he didn't like the way that Lane handled himself, and to me, it just seemed like he was afraid of Lane for some reason, and that was the major situation. Uh, he claimed his dog ran out and tried to attack him, but that was some BS. So when the officer got there, uh, Moreno, that's his name. When the officer got there, the officers, the first thing he did was like draw his gun and point at dogs, and that was crazy within itself. The dogs weren't barking. Well, they might have been barking, but it wasn't like they were barking aggressively or they were being aggressive. They just saw somebody walking up to the truck that they were in, um, where Lane had a beware dog sign. So I don't know what was going on with Moreno, but I'm gonna go ahead and play that video, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go into the depositions. But it was a wild situation. So I ended up talking uh to Lane on one of his live streams, and it was amazing to me that he's still going through this and dealing with this issue. Like they threw charges on him and everything. He was charged with nothing. What they say he was charged with trespassing and some other stuff, but he didn't do anything. Is my point. He literally didn't do anything. And when Moreno tried to go and I don't know what Moreno was trying to go do, but he went up and he just grabbed Lane and tried to throw him to the ground, and that's weird within itself. What man is gonna just let another man just grab on him and throw him to the ground? It's insane. Brandon, what's up? What's up, Brandon? Uh, it was amazing to me. This whole situation is amazing to me, and that I can't believe he got charges for this, and they ended up taking him to jail for this. And of course, I I was thinking I was hoping that Lane would follow this through with a big lawsuit, and it looks like that's the way it's going. And We need more people to stand up for their rights, like Lane did. That's all he did. All he did was stand up for his rights. It's not like he wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. He was at the campground and just being at the campground. I mean, it was this whole situation was just amazing to me. That for one, Doug just wanted to. I don't know what Doug wanted from him, but it was just weird how he handled the situation. But let's get into it. So this bit right here, this is the the video came from Direct D. Uh, yeah, this was the first time I learned about uh Myers, his channel, anything about him, and it was just so unbelievable what was happening to him.
Why is it
And
powering
I
off?
felt like this story need to be out there. So I ended up I did this stream, and then I realized that he had a deposition with with both he had deposition with both Doug and uh Moreno, and both of them you can tell like it was just off the wall. Doug started off by lying. Moreno started off by lying. It's just terrible to see this system, but it's always good to see somebody stand up to these people, and that's why I back Lane so much. And I kept showing it. I kept showing the videos of the deposition and of this video we're about to see right now. So this is when Doug was lying to Moreno, and Moreno went and was acting insane. I can't believe he acted this way when his job is to protect, is to uphold the Constitution, which clearly he didn't do. But let's get into it,
man. What? Turn back on, man. Yo, hold on, man. God.
Dude.
Howdy, folks.
So, did you talk to the host manager?
Not yet.
No.
Where are they at? Are they down
They're
there?
in lot 3.
Okay.
He's being arrested.
Howdy, folks, and welcome back to another episode. This one is coming to us from Lane Myers and was recorded in New Mexico. Now, I set this video up a little bit wiser first. Watch that on to about their dog. The camp host called pulling his service weapon on Lane's dog, which post and the dog and Lane. The camp host called the police. When the state police got there, he immediately escalated the situation by pulling his service weapon on Lane's dog, which aggravated.
He immediately escalated the situation. Immediately.
The situation.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see my bloody nose?
It's a little bit, yeah.
I need you to take a picture right now.
It's crazy that he has a bloody nose because he decided that he was just gonna try to manhandle somebody for no reason. And it's not like Lane punched him or anything, so I don't know how he got a bloody nose. That's weird. The only thing that would cause that would be his own actions.
No. What'd you tell you?
Just go and stand right here. She doesn't know anything. She said you came up and pointed a gun at her dog.
Yeah, because they came out pretty aggressive.
And any cuts
Aggressive, bro. Look
on
at you,
the
man.
wrists.
He was just lying. He came out aggressive. What do you mean? He had a gun pointed at his dog, and Lane came out like, "Why are you trying to shoot my dog?" And he called that being aggressive. Like, what? Like, bro, you literally have a gun out pointed at, pointed at his animal. What is aggressive about standing up and saying something about that?
Nothing. Just take a picture of my uniform.
Yeah.
And hold on, he said, "Thank you for bringing more eyes to Lane and his story." Yeah, man, that's this is way before I knew who Lane was, way before I even knew what he was about, and I just seeing this, it's like, how could you not at least want to bring some attention to this story? It was amazing that it was even happening. It was just unbelievable. This whole situation is unbelievable, and the fact that he's dealing with this. I made this video 2 years ago, and it was just almost 2 years ago. It was just wild to me.
All right, then.
My nose.
Anything else, Toronto?
Yeah, man. They
I think that's it.
That's it. I need you to go talk to lot 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, trespassing because I was calm, dude. I was real calm. He was one of those constitutionalists, dude. Oh, dude, real calm. I put on my table like, so I was approaching and those dogs started coming aggressive. So I unholstered my firearm because
And that's a lie right there. He was not being calm at all. Nothing is calm about you coming out with your gun pointed at somebody's animal. He said the dog was being aggressive. The dog was not doing anything but alerting the master that somebody is approaching. That's the only thing the dog was doing. It's not like he was trying to attack him or anything like that. All he was doing was letting him know that somebody's here. And it's crazy that you would say that when you are approaching a vehicle that says beware of dogs.
So they were in the truck?
yeah, but the windows were completely down. At that point, like I see a black dog right there, pretty aggressive, showing teeth. So I don't know if they're gonna jump out or not. And then I unholster it when the lady got in front of it. And I was like, hey, looks like I'm not good with dogs. And then that's when there's
So he said the lady got in front of it. Now I think this is when he said, so when this happened, I think his wife was like got in the way or something, and Moreno was still pointing his gun. So at that point, he was pointing his gun at his wife or his girlfriend, which is, how do you not get aggressive about that? How do you not do anything about that as a man? Like, what are you talking about? His whole story just makes no sense in my opinion.
this dude starts coming, fuck you. You know, I was like, hey, look, maybe like that's the only part I like escalated. But then I tried like, hey, now like you know, just leave, like you're not the land manager
Wants you
starts talking like
At several points during this video, you're going to hear the state police officer refer to the camp host as the land manager. And this is incorrect. He is a camp host of a national park, and it is a private company that
A camp host. His only job is to keep the place clean and collect the payments. That's it. So he's really that's a fancy name for a janitor and a front desk person.
It employs him to host the park. He does not have any ownership, control, or say over this property because it is a national forest or state park.
Yeah.
Here, like fucking like this is federal section stuff like that, like one of those guys. And I'm like, if they do want
When you say one of those guys, what do you mean? One of those guys that knows their rights? And I just hate when they refer to one of those guys. What do you mean? Everybody should be one of those guys. We should all know our rights. And that's all he did was recite the First Amendment, of course. And what's the next one? I would think he violated his rights. I'm gonna leave it at that.
to go in to give what crime have I committed? I was like, it got to the point where I was like, hey,
What crime did he commit?
are you gonna leave or not? He's like, no, I'm not gonna leave. And then so I was like, I fucking grab him. I was like, look, put your hands behind your back. He's not putting it. He starts tensing up.
No, because you don't just grab a man for no reason. How you think that's gonna go? You just grab somebody for no reason? Like, that's just weird. If a man just comes up and grab you and you just let him grab you, that's weird within itself.
And so I started getting him towards me. He's pulling away, and then he fucking comes close to me. At that point, I just fucking picked him up and took him to the ground.
He did not just pick him up and take him to the ground. He's a liar, and he wants to make himself sound bigger and better than he is. That's not what happened. You didn't just pick him up. You attempted to try to lift him up, but realized you couldn't because I'm not even gonna say he's big for no reason, but I'm gonna say he works out for no reason because he's not really that big. You know, you just look like you work out. That's it.
Okay, so you kind of slammed him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So he's gonna be arrested. Are you high?
Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to lot 3 then.
Oh no, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
We're gonna head back.
Okay. Let me talk to. Did you get any of their 49? I only got her.
He's concealing identity.
Okay, I only got her first name.
No, that's fine. No, just go.
Okay.
They don't want to. He doesn't want to give
Anything?
He's just gonna get charged with that.
Okay.
Line manager wants you off the property. Okay? Wants you off.
That way, I'll be cool.
Yeah, it's trespassing. Okay, when your husband said he's not leaving, or your boyfriend say he's not leaving the campsite, that is trespassing. So he's being charged with trespassing, obstructing an officer, and was concealing identity. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you politely.
He being charged with obstruction, and what else did he say?
That is trespassing. So he's
Obstructing and trespassing. For one, he was never trespassed, so how could he be arrested for trespassing? That makes no sense. That's a lie within itself. And then you're gonna try to charge him with obstructing. Obstructing what? No crime was being. He committed no crime, so he's not obstructing anything. What are you talking about? You saying he obstructing because he didn't just let you manhandle him for no reason?
charged with trespassing, obstructing an officer, and as well as concealing identity. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you politely. This officer will wait here until you pack your things and you move a lot. Okay.
I think it's important to note that Lane was the one that was allegedly trespassing. This woman was never involved in any kind of altercations or interactions with the camp host or the police officer outside of being upset that he pulled a gun on her dog. This trespass of her is completely illegal, in my opinion.
It's not. It's
Yeah,
unpaid.
it's very illegal.
And listen, man, I do apologize for the dogs.
Even Lane being charged with trespassing is illegal. He was never trespassed. So what are you talking about?
I was on a call where I got bit by a dog and he fractured my finger.
And you can't trespass somebody just because you don't like the way that they responded to you, or he had to actually have done a crime or something that would cause the trespass to take place.
Okay, so
Get out of here,
when
man.
those dogs came out. I understand. I'm just a random. I don't know. Those dogs are protecting. Okay, I feared that those dogs were going to jump out. Okay, so I do apologize on my behalf.
So basically, Moreno is just scary. That's pretty much what he's telling her. I was just scary. I didn't know what to do, so I ended up pulling my gun and aiming it at you because I was scared. The dog didn't do anything, but it just scared me. Like, bro, what are you working out for? What are you supposed to be? I wouldn't even call him buff, or that's why I can't even say he big or anything like that, because all he looks like is he works out. That's it. It's not like he is diesel or anything like that. He just works out. So what are you working out for? You just want to be strong for nothing?
For being
Those
afraid.
dogs for me for drawing my firearm, and that was just for my safety. It wasn't malicious. I was not trying to. Okay, it didn't mean to
It
get
was
like
just for my safety. Like, get out of here, man.
this. I was trying to talk with your husband cordial and let him know. I don't want to make it worse. I don't want to You're good. Yeah, you're good.
Hold on, y'all.
New Mexico State Police, this is Amy. How can I help you?
Depending on how long that is, we'll watch that too. I'm
Just
gonna
saying,
watch
sorry.
it. I don't know if we're gonna watch it with you.
Up here at Hopewell Lake.
This is the 911 call that Doug Downey made. Watch how he lies in the 911 call, which is insane.
Okay.
And I need to see if I can get a unit up here. I've got a person here in the park that's being very aggressive
He got a person in the park being very aggressive.
and says he's a public landowner.
Says he's a public landowner. What does it have to do with anything? What was the point of even saying that?
And he threatened me and his dog.
He said he threatened him. At no point did Lane threaten Doug at all. He didn't. It's crazy.
Come after me. He's got beware of dog signs on him.
He says dog came after him. He has beware of dog signs. That's backwards within itself, but Doug is crazy, obviously.
His rig and didn't have him tied up, and it came after me, and I pulled my spray out, and the guy got all upset. And I don't want him in the park.
He doesn't want him in the park. It's not his. It's not up to him. He can say he don't want him there, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't mean. That's like going to a public park and whoever's at the park just says they don't want you there for no reason, just because they don't like your attitude. Get out of here, man. It's not a private business.
Is it possible to get a unit up here to have them investigate?
Yeah. Do you know what his name is?
I don't. I don't want to have any more contact with him. He's pretty off the wall.
When he said he's pretty off the wall, you mean he stands up for his rights, and he's being a man. That's all what Doug is really saying. He's being aggressive, meaning he's just standing up for his rights, and it just doesn't make sense.
Okay, and like what campsite or where are you located at the lake?
I'm sorry.
What campsite or where is it that you're located in the lake?
I'm at campsite 4 in the campground at Hopewell Lake,
Okay.
and that person is currently in spot 18. I'm sorry.
Okay, is he in like a camper trailer? Is he in a tent?
He's in a pickup truck. Pickup truck with kids.
Okay, do you know what kind of truck it is?
It's a red Chevy with a camper shell.
Okay, and what's the phone number for you?
I don't think they're going to go anywhere. I just don't need any more interaction with them.
So Doug is scared of Lane, obviously, for no reason. Like, he's scared of Lane for nothing. Lane didn't even do anything to him. He didn't threaten him.
He's pretty young.
He's saying he's pretty unstable, meaning he's one of those people that stands up for themselves.
Okay, what's the phone number for you?
806 471 9536.
Okay, let me get this over to my officers and we'll have one start heading out that way.
Super. Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
You safe.
You too, thanks. Bye-bye.
What do you mean be safe?
Sounds like old boy got his feelings hurt. Let's go over to the body cam footage, watch him complain to the state police officer, and then watch the state police officer walk up to their vehicle and pull a gun on the guy's dog.
How you doing, my friend?
Good, and you?
Doing all right. Got a camper in here that I don't want in here.
That he doesn't want in here.
He came in.
That's how you starting
and,
out? That's how he's starting it out. We got a camper here that I don't want here. As if this is his as if it's his place. No, he didn't even give a valid reason. Because you don't want him here, it's not.
Went into a site that was already occupied and I had to ask them to move out of it.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
I went back to see what was going on and got out of my truck and started
say he didn't
around.
move.
This dog
He didn't say he didn't move.
come running at me and I pulled my mace and he came out and jumped in my face and told me to get the fuck off his property. He's got a shirt of public landowner.
Yeah.
He's a little psycho.
Oh yeah.
And he finally moved to a different site, but I asked him to just leave because his aggression, I can't deal with that.
Do you have your ID?
Asking him to leave is not trespassing somebody. It'll be trespassing if you said you have to leave and then they decide that they're not going to leave. Then you'll be trespassing. And if he gets that trespass and he doesn't leave when he actually gets trespassed, then he can be charged with trespassing. But none of that happened.
You can't deal with his aggression.
And you're the manager of this campsite?
Yes.
If you don't
What's
get
your phone number?
Uh,
I'll get your ID too.
I never heard a man say that. Oh, I couldn't deal with his aggression. Like, what? How do you even feel like a man saying that? I just couldn't deal with his aggression. What? That's so weird.
Oh, sorry.
I get you.
I don't have it memorized because it's not my regular phone.
I can't deal with his aggression.
What's the phone?
Wow.
Up here?
So
806
Wow.
806
471
471
95
9536.
36. And, you know, he was real aggressive and,
What do
told me I'm gonna learn about the First Amendment and all these amendments and I just don't need that in here.
Okay. Did he pay
You're gonna learn about the First Amendment. All these amendments. What do you mean? All our rights?
for the night?
No, he hasn't paid nothing. And I asked him, I said, you know, you need to leave.
I don't know, but this is why I had to cover this story. I just couldn't believe how crazy this was, and I didn't know nothing about Lane. I didn't know nothing about what he stand up for. None of that. I just knew that this was crazy. I didn't even know who Lane was at this point. So, because I didn't even know how he looked at this point because this was in the beginning of the video. They didn't even show Lane. I just knew how crazy this whole the way he was describing things was. I just knew it was off the wall.
Because with your aggression, it's not gonna work out here.
Okay.
And his girlfriend started
Yeah,
crying.
you can tell he lying.
Well, I can stay because I wasn't part of that.
But I thought
That's
spray
between you and
gun.
him, but he needs to leave.
Was he wearing?
As I stated in the beginning of the video, the trespassing of the female based on Lane's arrest was completely illegal. The cop told the female that the camp host didn't want her there, but you just heard out of the camp host's mouth that that was between them, but he only wants Lane gone. Suspicious, huh?
He's wearing a T-shirt that says public landowner
Uh-huh.
and shorts.
Okay.
He's in site 18.
So let me just reiterate what you told me. So he was staying at another area that was already reserved to someone.
Renetta.
Yes, I believe
Terrified.
he got mad
He
about
is
that. What did he tell you?
terrified for no reason.
He said, it's not reserved. And I said, yes, it is. And I showed him the tag. The guy came in this morning, was parked
What
there.
you
I
so
checked
scary
him
for,
in
man?
and it shows he's there from today till the 6th.
Mhm.
And he wasn't happy about that. And
And then he moved.
well, he hadn't moved and I went back around probably 45 minutes later and nothing had changed and I parked. And when I got out of my vehicle, you can see this is the vehicle right here. This is where he went into the site and he's got a beware of dog sign
Mhm.
right on the front of the windshield.
I mean,
So when that
back
dog
up.
started at me, it was
How big is the dog?
it's pretty good size. It's
Oh.
a black lab pit mix. I don't know.
Okay.
And then he come out and jumped in my face and
What did he tell you?
told me to get the fuck off his property. And I didn't have no right there. And I just,
Did he threaten you?
well, yeah, I take that as a
Okay.
especially when he's up like that.
So he just
And-
punched his fist and came up to your face. How close was he? About
Right
arm's
there.
length.
No, I mean, this is his face.
So
Yeah.
pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I talked to the manager and stuff and they said. he needs
That's
to
not,
Mhm.
no.
So,
Okay. I'll go tell him he needs to leave. He's not wanted or he's not allowed to be here. So you are the manager.
yes, I'm
Okay.
this camp host of this and the lake.
Okay. I'll go ahead and talk to him.
The camp host,
Thank
not
you.
manager.
The old guy's story sounds good enough to kick somebody out of the forest, allegedly. But if you really listen to what he said, it's not good enough. What caused the problem is when the camp host approached Lane's truck and the dog came around running at him or charging, as he said, and he pulled his pepper spray out. But he didn't finish his story with the dog was barking or showing its teeth or being aggressive. It was just a big black dog that came running at him. Most people that are carrying around a dog without children treat their dog like it is their child. So if somebody were to pull pepper spray on his dog and he would freak out because the dog's not known for aggression, I can understand his behavior towards the camp host. And then instead of the camp host de-escalating the situation, realizing he was in the wrong, he decided to call the police and make it worse. On top of that, he didn't tell the state police officer anything that would constitute an actual crime to where they could kick him out of a state park.
Exactly.
He didn't actually threaten him. He didn't do anything illegal. He just got upset that the guy pulled mace out on his dog. And for some reason, this is good enough to kick him out of the park. But apparently, if you upset somebody and they become animated, that is a threat to a weak old man that is managing a campsite.
I will. Stuck, cardboard stuck. Thank you.
They crazy for these sound effects, man. What made them do that sound effect?
Use your ears and listen closely to this next part. As this officer is getting out of his patrol vehicle, it sounds as if he immediately draws his weapon from its plastic holster. You'll have to listen closely. And then when he approaches the red truck and he points his gun at the dog, you do not hear his weapon draw out of his holster like you should. Sound cues. Listen to it a couple times and tell me if you think I'm tripping.
Good evening, Officer Moreno. Get that fucking dog away from me. Oh, wow, man. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Did you hear a pistol draw out of a plastic holster, or did it seem like he already had the gun in his hand? Now, if you pay close attention, you're going to notice that the sound is off from the video. This is because this body cam video was edited, and you'll see that momentarily.
Officer Moreno, name and badge number.
434.
Step back. So, step back. Ain't no so. Name it. Call supervisor. Call supervisor.
I don't need a call supervisor.
Right.
Okay.
Step back. Call
So,
right. Step back.
The land manager wants you
Call
out of
fucking
his.
supervisor. Turn your body cam on. Turn your body cam on.
The
I
supervisor
don't give a fuck.
of this area wants you off
Get
the
a warrant
land.
from a judge. I'm not leaving. Call your fucking supervisor, motherfucker. You just fucked with the right guy.
Okay.
Pull your fucking gun out on us again and see what happens.
I didn't pull it out on you.
You pulled the fucking gun out, you little pussy.
Okay, I pulled
You're
it
a
out
bitch.
on your
Get
dog.
the fuck out of here.
So, reason I'm coming here is because the manager wants you out of this property.
I don't give a fuck what he wants. This is my property.
Okay.
Do you see what this says? I
Yeah.
own this and you don't. Get the fuck out
So
of this.
he wants you off.
I'm not leaving.
You're not leaving?
No.
Okay.
So, are you familiar with section 1982 of the US Constitution? Sir,
No. So
Are you
the
gonna take
manager wants you
gonna
off this land.
he's not the land manager, he's the host.
Yeah.
Call a fucking
Yeah, he
lead
told
right
him.
now.
He made it hold
Okay.
on. He made it very clear that he's not the manager, he's the host. But this cop is just, not that didn't register. And that's what I'm talking about. They don't think. Things don't sink in. No matter how many times you say it, no matter what law you recite, what you can recite everything verbatim, and it's not registering because they don't want to hear it. They're not in think mode.
You approach the situation, stop walking towards me.
Okay.
Where's the other cop? Call back up.
I don't.
The host of the camp is employed by a private.
He called that being aggressive. He's saying Lane was aggressive because he wondering why you put a gun on his dog, and he's trying to walk away from you, and you keep walking up on him. How is that aggressive? He's literally trying to de-escalate, and Moreno keeps escalating. That's all Moreno is doing, escalating.
Company. This officer is basing his authority to trespass this man out of a.
What's up, Q Freedom? Sean, what's up? GGA, what's up, man?
National park based on the authority of a private company. If you think about it, it's really amazing how this is going down. The camp host calls the police show up, the camp host tells them some story. They don't confirm anything, they don't show video, nothing.
No, nothing.
It's just some story that the state police officer is basing his actions off of. He doesn't approach Lane and try to ask him any questions, investigate anything. He just immediately pulls his gun and then starts telling him that he needs to leave because this camp host that's employed by a private company who doesn't want him there anymore because he's scared of him.
I don't need. So you're making this worse than it needs to
You're
be.
making it worse when you pull that fucking gun out, you
Okay.
little scared shit, little prick.
I'm not gonna get bit by one of your dogs.
You
Okay.
shouldn't walk up on us if I stop.
Exactly.
Am I being detained?
Yeah.
What's the
The
problem?
dog is the
You're
dog is
trespassing. No one told you he wants you off the lot.
Trespassing?
Yes, sir.
Call supervisor. Call
There's
your
no
supervisor,
supervisor out.
sir.
All right.
Sir, call your supervisor. We'll leave,
Look.
but you need to call your supervisor.
I'm gonna detain you.
She's an attorney for the federal government.
That's fine. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna. So you
pull your phone out. Call.
stop.
What am I being detained for?
Stop trespassing.
You
Okay.
can't, trespassing is not an arrestable offense.
So,
Sir, sir, do
gonna-
you want to be famous on YouTube?
look,
Do you want to lose your
make it
career?
worse.
Do you want to
don't
we'll
make it
leave?
worse.
Do you want to lose your career?
Don't make it worse.
You're making it worse by touching me illegally.
Don't make it
You're,
worse.
you're retaliating against my First
Okay.
Amendment freedom.
Stop tensing up.
I'm not stopping. You
Right.
cannot take me down.
Put your hands.
I'm not going. I'm not.
You're not.
You're unlawfully right now. You're kidnapping.
And he sent Lane was the aggressive one in this situation. Look at that. Who's the aggressor right here? It's obvious to tell Moreno was definitely being aggressive. And if he wasn't in that uniform and had that badge, there's no way he would do this. I don't even think Lane would let him do this. Because I don't even think Moreno has any. I don't think he would win in this situation.
Yeah.
You're assaulting me.
So I'm
You're-
gonna ask you nicely. Put your hands behind your back.
For what crime?
Okay. You're trespassing.
Said we'll leave. Ask us and we'll leave. You haven't asked us to leave. You came up and said the land manager wants us to leave. You didn't say so you need to leave. You haven't even given me a chance to comply. You have your hands on me before you gave me a chance to comply. Call back up.
Okay.
Press
Literally. That's the truth right here. So when they show this in the courtroom, it's obvious. This is obvious. It's obvious that that Moreno is breaking the law and that Doug was lying.
your alarm and call back up.
I'm gonna place your hands behind your back.
If you injure
Stop
me,
resisting.
He said he picked him up and threw him on the ground. This is him picking Lane up. Look at that.
Okay.
The cut to a green screen and the lack of sound was the result of this release to Lane from the police department themselves. So they did this edit. The video up in the left-hand corner is Lane's fiance.
That's him trying to pick Lane up. Look how that turned out. You didn't pick him up. You got him off balance and like pretty much pushed him over, but
Or girlfriend's cell phone video. I muted the audio so you could tell exactly what was happening.
you lifted up one of his legs and threw his balance off on his other leg only because you're a cop in your uniform and he let you do it. That's the only reason. If Moreno didn't have a badge in a police uniform, it's no way Lane would let this go. I don't think so. What man would? Imagine you in a situation and the other person isn't a cop and they do something like this. How would you react?
In the body cam footage.
you want my hands behind my back?
Yes, sir.
Give me that command.
Put your hands behind your back.
That's the first time you gave me the command to put my hands behind my back without slamming me on the ground.
What you got all these muscles from?
So without commanding me to put my hands behind my back, you walked up and grabbed me and pulled my arm.
You're late.
My arm.
What he got all those muscles for? he was out of breath, tired after this, and he didn't even do anything.
Oh, sorry.
A little bit, lower that cup down. You're cutting my circulation. You realize you just lost your career. She's an attorney for the federal government.
All right. Leave. Put you on your side.
For sure.
On your butt.
For sure.
All right.
Now tell me why you came up and grabbed me without saying, put my hands behind my back.
I'll place this on your foot.
What?
It's
Okay. Okay. Keep recording. And I'm detained for trespassing.
gonna get you up, okay?
For what?
I
I'm
don't,
gonna sit here until your backup comes.
okay.
I'm not getting up till your supervisor comes.
All right.
If you're threatened by me, I'm sitting here in cuffed. There's no threat.
I'm not threatening.
Then back up and call supervisor.
I just want to get you up, okay? I need to get you standing.
To do what?
Uh,
To do what?
Why is he even breathing hard? He didn't even do anything. You work out and you do all this working out and you didn't do anything and sound like you're out of breath. For what?
so you can breathe.
I can breathe just fine. You can
What?
breathe.
I just want to get you over there.
I'm not going by your car until you call supervisor.
So,
Do you know the law that you uphold?
so reason why
What law am I violating?
you're gonna let me speak or you
No.
won't speak.
Because you came and violated my rights. You've already violated my rights without calling back up.
So
Exactly. That's all he did was violate the rights. It's no crime. Lane is not a criminal. All he did was violate. The only criminal here is Moreno.
which one you want to speak or are you gonna let me speak, sir?
Go ahead.
All right.
He
Reason-
called you, right? He
reason-
called you.
Yes.
Did you come up and ask me to see the video of our conversation, or did you come up and start grabbing me? Why didn't
I
you
didn't
come up?
grab you.
Hey, why didn't you come up and perform a proper investigation, Moreno? Why did
I
you
was getting
roll
to
up
that
and pull your
point.
gun up like a hard ass?
Okay.
If you haven't noticed, this looks like some old Chinese movie where the audio and the video are completely out of sync. And this was very sloppily edited by the police.
So your dogs were in your vehicle.
Yep.
Barking pretty aggressively.
In my vehicle.
Barking
Yeah.
pretty
In my
aggressive.
vehicle.
I didn't know if they were gonna jump out.
Well, then you should have fucking not walked up, right? You've been in the wrong this whole time.
Okay.
You've been in this. So trespassing is not an arrestable offense on national forest land.
Okay.
This is national public land. It's a First Amendment right to access a traditional public forum. It's my First Amendment right to be here. He called you and said what? That he told us to leave and we said,
Yeah.
we're going to come over
I was
here
gonna say
instead because we parked at the wrong site. We parked in one that was reserved. He said we had to leave. We moved over here. He didn't like my attitude, so he said we had to leave.
Did you pay for the spot already?
We've tried to fucking pay 3 times. You wouldn't take the money, and he called you.
Okay.
And you came here like a fucking idiot and made it way worse, Moreno.
Okay.
Your ass is fucking toast, motherfucker.
He definitely made it way worse.
Okay.
Federal crime, bro. You just fucking took me to the ground.
Yeah, you're resisting.
You didn't say
No, the only criminal here is Moreno.
put my hands behind my back,
I was
motherfucker.
telling you, put your hands
No,
behind your
you
back.
walked. It's all on video.
You were
You,
tensing up. Me as well.
Moreno, you walked up
You were
and
tensing.
grabbed me. Had you simply said, "Sir, can you place your hands behind your back?" I would have complied. You never gave me a chance to comply. You walked up and grabbed my arm and
Yeah.
started putting me in a Nelson without asking me, "Sir, please put your hands behind your back. You're being detained for this problem." What is your reasonable articulable suspicion for me to be in handcuffs right now?
Okay.
Did you witness it?
You're gonna stand up. I'm gonna place in the rear so you know I put
I'm
your
not-
vehicle
no,
up.
you have to call back.
All of that, and he didn't hear nothing. He didn't hear nothing. None of what he just said, he heard. What's up, Joe? Let me get back. Q Freedom. They are not here to investigate. They are there. It's probably like a 11th. Yeah, want to make any situation worse, involve the government.
Back up.
Okay.
You're violating your own policies right now. You're committing a crime, and I'm asking you to call a supervisor.
Okay.
Please call a supervisor.
All right. I'm gonna stand you up. We're gonna go to the back of my vehicle. Okay.
Please call a supervisor.
So I'm gonna get you up. Are you gonna work with me?
No.
So I'm gonna
Please call a supervisor.
ask you again. If not, I am gonna
Terrible,
use force.
Please call a supervisor.
If you don't,
Please call a super. They're all
I'm
watching
gonna
you.
use force to bring you back up. Okay.
What am I standing up for?
I'm gonna place you in the backseat of my vehicle
For what?
because you're being detained.
Detained for what?
Okay.
For
Detained.
what?
You're
what?
resisting.
Am I arrested or am I detained?
You're detained at this point.
Okay, well then I'll sit right here because I don't need to go in your car to be detained. Complete your investigation, sir.
Okay.
So you want me to stand up
Yes, please.
and I'm being detained, right?
Yes, please.
I'm not arrested, right?
Not as of now.
Okay, then I'll stand up. You want to help me stand up?
Yes, sir.
Grab my right arm.
All right. I'm not.
It's not my right arm. That's my line.
Is it injured?
Thank you.
So take this leg in. Yeah.
Ready?
All right, 1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
I got you.
Okay.
So let's go to the back.
Okay. Can you move this one right here?
Is it locked?
Yeah, like see it right there.
Yeah. Let me put this hat on.
You really,
Let me see. All right.
are you familiar with US C-42 1983? You seem like a rookie,
Okay.
right? No, honestly.
So I'm gonna fix this cup because it's a little tight, right?
Yeah, for sure. Grab my phone, Cat, right there. This is definitely gonna help my channel a lot. You familiar with my channel?
I am not.
You're gonna be. You're
Okay.
gonna be famous on there. Moreno.
6.
What's your badge number?
Well, he said it right there because a lot of people have seen this now. And when I first reviewed this, it was real early. I think Lane, he might have had maybe a few hundred subscribers. And it's just, I'm just glad to see his channel has grown so much, because he's a victim of a crime pretty much. And I'm glad he had this crime caught on camera, because it's wild.
All right.
60,000 views. 60,000 views in a minute. We're gonna make you famous, bud.
Okay.
And you're gonna get a couple of nice days off from work.
Okay.
A couple of nice days off. I'll sit right here on your bumper, no problem.
I said the rear seat of my
No,
patrol.
I'm not going. I'll sit right here. I'm detained. I'm not arrested.
Yeah.
Call back up. Do your investigation. So you said I'm detained, right?
Well, at this point,
Yeah.
you are detained.
Okay. Okay. So now when
You're not free to leave.
so if I'm detained, that means I'm gonna sit right here and you're gonna complete an investigation, and then at the conclusion of your investigation, you're gonna determine if there's probable cause to arrest me.
Yeah.
Okay. So get to investigating.
So you resisted me when I was.
I didn't resist shit, bro. Don't
Yeah.
try that shit, bro.
You were
You
attempting.
did not say put your hands behind your back.
Did.
He's saying he resisted because what Moreno did was just grab him and try to throw him on the ground, or try to manhandle him to get him on the ground. And he's saying Lane resisted that. You didn't say he was under arrest. You didn't say nothing. You just grabbed on him and tried to do whatever. And
It's on video, right?
You pulled your arms
Okay.
towards you.
Okay.
You
Hey,
started
hey,
tightening
check
your
it out.
muscle.
If I walk up to you and grab your arm, would you tense up?
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. But why? There's no but.
Put your hands behind your
You
back.
did not say put my hands behind your back. You did not
I would, but
say
I,
required to stand by you until you're being detained. Don't move. You do not know basic commands.
You are arrested today
For what?
for resisting an officer. Okay.
Resisting an officer.
So
You have to be committed. You have
now he went from being detained. Now he's saying he arrested. He for nothing. So he went from being detained to arrested, and Moreno didn't do any investigation of anything.
to be accused of a crime to resist, sir. You have to be legally.
trespassing.
I haven't trespassed because you didn't ask me to leave. We'll gladly leave. All we got to do is pack up and leave. You pulled up. It's all on camera. You never once asked us to leave. You said you walked up.
The seat of my patrol vehicle until you calm down. Okay.
I'm calm. I'm perfectly calm.
Look, I'm gonna give
You're
you one more
calm.
time. All
You're
right.
calm.
You're backing up.
Because you said I'm being detained.
Yeah. So I'm placing rear seat.
So why are you choking me because I'm detained?
I'm not choking you.
Why is your hand on my throat?
It's not on your.
What am I doing that is different than if I'm being detained? Okay,
Force.
I'm gonna go in the car. I'm gonna go in the car. I'll go in the car. Can you articulate to the camera why I'm being placed in the back seat of the car? Because you seem like you lost your cool big time.
Okay.
Because I can't resist arrest unless I'm being legally arrested. So you never once was legally being arrested. So therefore, how can I resist you arresting me? All you did was walk up and tackle me. You never once said you're being detained.
I'm gonna ask you to put both feet in. Okay.
Both feet
Yes, sir. Inside. the
before my hands.
vehicle. When you sit down, you're gonna place both feet.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just.
let me pause this. What do y'all think of this so far? This is crazy. For one, he's not hearing nothing. You know, even even if he feels like he's making a mistake, he just continues to follow through. Like it's nuts what they do, man. Okay, vengeance say, what's the point of the government and why do we allow it to continue? Well, everybody's gonna have a different answer for that. But in general, the government is there to do things that everyday people aren't gonna do, to keep things in order and keep society flowing like it needs to flow. A bigger public land owner that's very clever. I think the cop is definitely 100% butthurt. He has to be, because there's no reason why he would continue to not thinking at all. Like he hadn't used his brain in any part of this. In any part of this, he hasn't used his brain. Lord AI robot. He's just a robot. That's why our meeting is there. Well, we can't. What? Did you him for
Thank you.
backup
I don't need my.
where they
need my
don't
phone.
listen to?
He's not taking me anywhere. He's detaining me while you have ID. No, I'm not giving you my name. I'm not required to. Okay. Take me to court. Take me to the jail. Let's go.
You have your first and last
I'm
name.
not giving you shit, motherfucker. You have me in handcuffs in the backseat of your car and you violated my rights. Take me to court and let's do this.
I said,
Okay.
it's being restricted.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna give you the chance.
You ain't giving me nothing, motherfucker. I'm gonna give you a chance.
Yeah,
Take the seatbelt off, take these handcuffs, and you'll keep your career.
Okay. So you have your first and last name?
I'm not giving you my name.
Okay.
John Doe.
Okay.
Thank you.
794 Norcom.
Tell my wife when you're taking me.
What you're looking at here is an email between the supervisor and the.
It's crazy. Imagine just going out with your wife. You go to a campground, and this is what it's the outcome of that situation. Insane.
The arresting officer. She is essentially rejecting his use of force report, and she made some corrections to his police report. Let's check this crazy shit out. Wow. Now, I'm not going to read the whole report to you because that would take too long, and this video is almost 40 minutes long anyway. But the red highlighted areas and the little red bubbles on the side are what the supervisor told the arresting officer to correct in his initial police report. This is crazy. Now, if you do want to read these, all you got to do is pause the screen when it becomes full and read away. But I did want to bring your attention to this last part of the police report. Allow me to draw your attention to this last part right here. Where the supervisor is telling the arresting officer to add to his report that during the use of force, his body cam malfunctioned. He didn't put that in there. His supervisor, who is in charge of the editing of the video, told him to put that in his report. That is the most suspicious part about all of this. If you enjoyed this video, do me a huge favor and hit the like button. If you enjoyed it a lot, share it with somebody. All the relevant links to the original videos will be pinned in the comment and the description of this video. Until the next one, have a good day. So you would abuse your authority if I exercise my right. whatever. I don't personally care what you sentence me to. I'm appealing everything to.
Luke here with the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel.
Yeah, so this video was posted a year ago. Well, I did this stream on it a year ago. And Lane is still dealing with this BS right now, which is crazy. I think he still is fighting the charges and the false charges, honestly. Because he shouldn't even have any charges right now because he didn't do anything. The only criminal here was Lane and Doug. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream, and I'm gonna do another stream, but those are gonna be I'm gonna do the deposition of Moreno and the deposition of Doug, because, and that's what really made me pay attention to this. After I saw this, I'm like, oh, I need to go see those depositions, and like I expected, I knew the depositions were gonna be terrible. And that's when I got to see that Lane definitely knows who he's talking about, and he went about this, amazingly compared to what most people wouldn't know how to do any of this, honestly. And you got to think, how many people are they just doing anything to, and that don't know their rights? Is amazingly crazy to me. It's ridiculous. But I see y'all in those depositions. AWB, I'm out.